books before boys because boys bring babies. Okay. Hey goodies, and welcome back to the Dentist Diaries. For those who are new, my name is Tifonia, and for those who are already subscribed, welcome back. How y'all doing? I hope y'all are okay. So, new week, new video. 10 things that I want everyone in med school or planning to go to med school or university in general, please avoid these 10 things. Number 1, please try your best to take all your subjects seriously. Don't take the basic sciences lightly, the preclinical courses. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You still have to do like the physics and the biochemistry, the pathophysiology, all these things. Maybe because, oh, it doesn't say gynecology or it doesn't say orthodontics or surgery, you just brush it off. It's still medicine. It's still medical school. It's important. It's like the foundation. You can ask so many of us interns now. It's like, oh, if we could go back, we would take it more seriously. Especially for me, personally, anatomy. We can't put the blame on schools. But I must say, if you really want to go down the path of being in med school, you need to be like self-driven. For school, we don't get that much time with courses we think need a lot of time. For example, anatomy. So you do it for one semester and then boom, that's it. You ain't going to see it again. Maybe you'll see an extension of it, but it's still just a short period of time and it's never enough. Anatomy, once you start it, you carry it throughout even the time you're working. Like, please take it seriously because it's quite embarrassing. Imagine you're working and you're asked a question related to anatomy and you can't answer. No. So yeah, do not take no subject is too small or, oh, you did that from way back. Take it seriously. Number 2, do not be selfish. Some of y'all ain't even have anything to be selfish with, but whatever, do not be selfish. And I'm not just talking with materials, with your knowledge, but then even with materials, you know, you'll have maybe seniors passing down materials and stuff and you want to keep it to yourself because somehow you feel like if you're the only one with it, then you'll get the higher grade. And it doesn't even happen that way, no. And it doesn't make sense, especially if it's a school where you're all foreigners. Why are you competing with your classmates? You're not even going to be working the same place. At the end of the day, guys, when you graduate, you are graduating with the same degree that can qualify you to work at the same place. And then you will be colleagues. You're still even colleagues, your classmates in school. I'm your teammate. You know, don't be selfish. At the end of the day, it will not help you. I might even be your boss later on. Number 3, never be afraid to ask for help. You might be thinking, oh, this person will see me as dumb. Well, fine, let them think whatever. Right? If it's not true, it's not true. People always have their own opinions. At the end of the day, if you need help, you ask for help. And not just from colleagues or seniors, ask even from the teachers. My mom's a teacher, and so I learned from very early, like, teachers are actually eager to have outside discussions with students, get to know you, if someone loves teaching, they're gonna love teaching beyond the classroom. You know, even during the classroom sessions, you have a question, don't just sit down. You're sitting in the class for 2 hours and then you go home with nothing. You paid, right? You paid. Your parents, whoever paid. You need to use that money. You need to ask questions. And I know, even me, I have friends who ask questions and are like, oh, sometimes they're like, guys, let's go, want to leave class. But no. Tell me the truth. Those people that you actually see always asking questions and they're annoying us at some point, annoys us sometimes, they do well. Tell the truth, they do well. So please be free. And when people correct you, don't take it personal. Don't take it personally. Someone correcting you is actually helping you. Sometimes we just need to approach things with a lighter heart. I always say that on my channel. Try to approach things with a light heart. So when someone comes to correct me, sometimes it's hard because when I read and I study, I feel like I know the right thing, but sometimes that's not always the case. You know, not everything you're going to learn from textbooks. Take that down from now. Take that down. You're not going to learn everything from textbooks. So there might be things 1 and 2 I put together and then I come and I share, and I can be wrong. So someone correcting me, that's setting me on the straight path. Imagine you keep going just with what you learn on your own and you think it's right. You're building your entire career on some rocky foundation there. So please, always be free to ask, be open, be comfortable with asking for help, asking someone's perspective, what they think, you know, active learning. And I'm going to get to that very soon. Number 4, which is maybe the most important. And people always ask me, Tifonia, how do you manage to do all these things, but yet still your academic is good? You know, for me, I do basketball, tracks, I'm active in church. I'm even forgetting things, cheerleading, and I will do anything. Once I see the opportunity and I can fit it into my little schedule and stuff, I'm going to do it. But I'm not going to take on so much where it hurts my academics. So balance. So avoid saying, oh, I'm in med school, I ain't got no time. Come on, you have time, because although you're in med school, you're on social media, you have time to gossip. Make time. Don't just be in the books. Because at the end of the day, you die, you go. The books are still going to be here. And what? You need to enjoy your life. You're in med school, it's not the end of the world. Your life is not over. You can still smile. We're mostly teenagers, early 20s. You're still, in my book, a child. Enjoy it. Don't die from stress in med school. Med school was here before you and it will be here when you are gone. That's just the truth. And let me tell you, easier said than done. I'm sure my friends will be commenting that, girl, when you're in school, you look like you're dying. I know, but I still have fun, don't I? For me, I just need my little space and time to scream. I know I go crazy, but then I get back to myself. I have my hobbies. My time management is A1. And that I learned from very young, because from very young I was always involved in dancing, public speaking, debates, traveling all over for these competitions. Yet still I had to be on my books. So that's something that helped me. So try your very best. Practice time management, and you need rest. You need rest. Because it makes no sense. Even when you leave med school and you start working, your schedule, depending on where you work, it will still be hectic, and you can't just be going to work looking like a zombie, taking care of patients. Patients gonna want to take care of you. So come on, try your very best. Avoid the statement, I have no time for me. No, always make time for you. Number 5, speaking of time, guys, date wisely. Date wisely. This is a serious conversation, Tifonia. Get it together. Guys, date wisely. You cannot be in med school and date someone who does not understand what it means for you, what you have going on. Someone wants you to video call them every day when it's that certain time they're calling you is time that you have set aside for studying. And yes, you put your little time management skills and everything to the test and you thought you had it put together. But when Bay calls, you put Bay above academics and then boom, you didn't study. Books before boys, because boys bring babies. Okay. I like that from primary school. Books before boys, because boys bring babies. I love babies, I want babies, but not right now. The same way you have to be putting your time and everything in order to make sure that you're excelling. Significant other should also respect, like when you do it, you let him know like this time is off limits, you know. Maybe if both of you are in med school, it's easier, but say you're in a long distance relationship, there's time difference, like it becomes a lot, and you have to know what you want more. Do you want a bae or do you want that degree? Okay, so date-wise, we don't date someone who he knows you have a test the next day or the day after, and he's inviting you out, or he's doing sweet things like taking you on a date. The date can wait. Dates are important, but you schedule that in its own time. I just feel like what's important is priority. Which are you gonna give priority more? So date-wise, if you see it's affecting your schoolwork, no matter how much you think you love the person, cut it off. The sixth one, avoid being invisible. You might not be like me. I know I'm like the opposite of invisible. I'm everywhere and I'm loud and blah, blah, blah. But I mean, it goes back to what I mentioned earlier on. Raising your hand in the classroom if you have something you want to clarify, something you want to add, just whatever, active learning. Don't be invisible. Don't be missing classes, whether it's by peer pressure or you just being lazy. I know like back home, people don't have to attend classes, but in my school, it would affect your grade. It would affect whether or not you can even sit for the exam. A whole lot. You have to do like facial recognition, fingerprint for your attendance and stuff like that. But it's not like that everywhere. But even in our school, people would just sign in, leave. How did that help you? I actually even asked in my class to give me some pointers what they think students should avoid in med school, and that was one. They wish they attended classes more. Whether you believe it or not, as I said, not everything you will learn from a textbook. So all our teachers are doctors. Whether specialists in whatever area, they're doctors. You ask a question, they're gonna say something that's outside of the PPT that they had planned to teach or something. So just saying, oh, when I get the PPT, I just read through, I read a book, I watch I've never watched these videos, but the Indian guy on YouTube. You guys tell me, I forgot. It's not enough. It's really not enough. So, and oh yeah, and my classmates were like, they could have earned a lot of money because we get scholarships from the school. You really could have gotten the money because we're all smart. It's just that maybe you missed out on a few things. So don't be invisible. Imagine now applying for your master's or something, and the transcript is there with the school's name on it, and they're like, who is this person? And there are limited seats, and then there's my name, your name. Who will they take? Guys, do not be invisible. Make yourself known. It might be hard, you know, because you have to step out of your comfort zone. You might be shy. I'm not saying you need to be loud and annoying like Tiphonia. You don't. But do not be invisible. It will not help you. In addition to the classes, I was mentioning like attending classes. Another excuse you'll get from people is that, oh, when I attend classes, I don't learn. I actually learn more when I stay home and read. You don't get it because you don't read ahead. And I get that. It only really makes sense, and you really absorb more when you, for one, know what it is that will be happening in class. I don't mean you need to read the entire chapter. That's too much, especially in the middle of the semester. You're tired. You read ahead a little bit. You have an idea of what's going to go on. So even if you have some questions from the night before, you bring it to class. And then try to review after. This one, I'm not preaching this because I don't do it. But since primary school, I've been told like it's better when you review your notes as you get them every day than waiting till exam time to study. I'm still working on that. So the next one, is it 7? Yeah, it's 7. Peer pressure. I don't need to explain this. Pick your friends wisely. I observe you, and I've seen this meme going around. It's okay to call someone your classmate, your colleague. Not everyone is a friend, because whether you want to believe it or not, you're going to start like getting some of these characteristics of these friends you're around. So you need to know, when you look at your friend, you say, do I want to be seen in this light? Do I want someone to see this person and then see me? Not just your reputation, but you as a whole. So now this person feels like, oh, they can wait until exam time to study. I'm going to be like, oh, I can do that too. When you can't. Maybe they can cram. But can you do that and have long-term retention of the information? Choose your friends wisely. I've seen, and I'm going to say this freely, most of the Africans, when they're home, they're very locked down. But once they travel to China, it gets crazy. And it's so unfair. Just think about the fact that, just think about what your parents have to go through to pay your tuition, and then look at what you're doing. Is it fair? So try your very best to avoid peer pressure. Number 8, having a predetermined mindset. And what I mean, I will even use me for example in this one. So since I was 12 years old, about that, when I was having library classes at Westwood High School, I knew I wanted to be an orthodontist. So when I got to university and then started diving into like the specialized courses in dentistry, I was not excited for anything but orthodontics. And that actually hurt me. It hurt my grades. It hurt the way I looked at every other course. It hurt my performance. If you guys could see my transcript, I performed poorly in all the other specialized courses besides orthodontics and oral and maxillofacial surgery. And everyone knows these are the two in between right now, trying to choose. I did well in those, but then prosthodontics, endodontics, pediatric dentistry. Imagine pediatric dentistry. It's just dentistry for kids. Not the end of the world. Breathe. But yeah, that's my point. Do not have a predetermined mindset. It's good to know what you want, but still be open-minded. Do not be narrow-minded. Because now, when I've started my internship and I've done RCTs, I was like, this is actually nice. But then while studying it, I was like, if you ever see me become an endodontist, take me to the psychiatric ward. And I take that back, because it's actually a really good field. But then I wouldn't have known that because I had my mind set on just one or two things. And that can really hurt you. Number 9. So I've been mentioning about active learning, passive learning. So with active learning, you're having discussions. We have these in schools. Just like how you do presentations back then, it's kind of the same. He took us outside, showed us cases. He's like, what do you think happened here? What is this? What is that? And that now will kind of seed the information in your brain, in your memory. So that one caters somewhere for long-term retention, especially for mass volume. Like, it's a lot that we have to learn. And if you're just gonna cram for exams, you're going to end up being a doctor with a degree, your license, you're working, but not really having much here, and that's bad. At the end of the day, it's not just about having a title before your name, not just having the DR, whatever behind in front of your name. It's also about what quality of care are you going to give to your patients. At the end of the day, these are living human beings. They're not the models that we have just sitting in the classrooms that we do whatever on, but only do the right thing when the teacher is looking. No. Number 10. So my colleague from the hospital gave me this one, and I was like, how could I forget? Do not be discouraged by bad grades. If I'm supposed to do a survey, right, and we ask doctors that you look up to, how many bad grades have you gotten? They will laugh. For one, they'll definitely laugh. And for two, I'm sure the answer will be quite a few. But no one can say they've never gotten a bad grade in med school. I know people say, Tiffany, your bad grade is my good grade, but you know, we all have different standards we set for ourselves. But I've had bad grades. I remember when our entire class failed, was it a pathophysiology? This is what I'm talking about with the basic sciences. Don't take them lightly. And it was just a full MCQ exam, and we failed. Everyone felt better when they found out that the whole class failed, but I was still mad. I'm sure, I don't know, but more than likely because I cried for everything I cried. But don't be like me, because here I am, I'm smiling, and I'm okay. You will survive. You will get that degree. Do not be discouraged. Med school is not for the faint-hearted. I script through like this. If you allow med school to stress you the way it should stress you, you will be bald, you will be skinny. You will die before you even get the chance to practice. So please, do not be discouraged by bad grades. Just let it motivate you to do better. Okay, but it's really not the end of the world. And when you do get these bad grades, don't just say, oh, I got a bad grade, be mad. You go back, see what you did wrong so you don't make the same mistakes again. I'm sure there are more, but I just decided to do the top 10 things. If there's more you'd like to add, be free. Just drop them in the comment section. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. And if you are going through med school, I'm praying for y'all. Alright guys, bye. Take care. Peace.